Hey everybody, my name is Michael Rosso. I'm with the Film Photography Podcast, the internet radio show for people who love to shoot film. And today I'm very excited because I have a classic Kodak camera here. It is known as the Brownie Hawkeye Flash outfit. In this box, we have the original Kodak Brownie Hawkeye Flash camera and the flash that goes with it. This was a go-to camera for families across the country in the early 1950s.
Just watch him quietly, keep your camera ready, and you'll get the kind of picture only you can take. If you can, have a helper who knows your dog. Then, as he talks quietly to your dog, you'll get the kind of alert expression you've been waiting for. A favorite ball or bone is almost sure to bring you an appealing pose like this. And don't forget his friends or acquaintances. And remember, they all look best before a simple background. Of course, you'll want to do as all professionals do and take several shots of every situation. That way you'll be sure to get pictures you'll enjoy over and over again.
I'm happy to say that I purchased this. I checked it all out. First and foremost, you need to do a shutter test for any cameras that you buy. And you could test your shutter on your camera very simply by opening the back of your camera, winding your film, even if there's no film in it, and looking through the back of the camera, through the lens, and then you fire the shutter. Watch. The shutter properly fires. So this camera actually works. And since we have the camera open, this camera uses what's known as 620 roll film. If you look at the spool, here's a 620 film spool. It is almost the same size as a current modern-day 120 roll film size, except that, as you see, the 120 spool is much thicker. You could buy modern-day 620 film, or you could roll yourself. All you have to do is get some of these spools, and you could take modern-day 120 film and just roll them back to a 620 core. So you'd put your film take-up spool into the camera, get it all set in there, and you would put your fresh roll of 620 film up top. You would take the film, pull it here, and then wind it onto the take-up spool, and then you would close up your camera. On the back of a 620 on the back of our Brownie Hawkeye camera is a red window, and in this red window you would see the numbers appear on the backing paper of the film. So as you were rolling your film, you would roll until you see the number 1. And that tells you it's your first exposure. If you're shooting indoors, you'll want to use the flash. And this flash takes a 25 bulb, a 25 or a 25B bulb, or a number 5 bulb. Please be aware that in each Kodak flash holder, there is a little screw here, and inside the screw, this flash holder will take 2 C-sized batteries. It's very important before you buy to always ask or check out for yourself to make sure the battery compartment isn't corroded. This flash will just screw onto the side of your Kodak camera. You would take a number 5 or a number 25 bulb. You would put the bulb in your camera, like so. Clicks in. And now you're ready to take your first shot. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now, the great thing about some of these vintage Kodak cameras is that this is not the only flash that you can use. A few years later, Kodak came out with what's called a super mite flash holder. It's much, much smaller. Look at that. Look at that. And it fits perfectly on your Brownie camera. This flash takes what's known as AG1 flash bulbs. Look at the size of it. These are also known as peanut bulbs. So much smaller, so much easier to carry in your pocket. 620 film is available currently right in our filmphotographystore.com site. That's part of our main site, filmphotographyproject.com. We have a whole section where we have re-rolled, hand-rolled 620 film just for you. Stuff like Kodak Ektar, Kodak Portra 160, and even stuff like Kodak Tri-X or T-Max 100. Now, don't take my word for it. These cameras are amazing fun to shoot with. Let's check out some images shot with the Kodak Brownie Hawkeye flash camera. My name is Michael Rosso. I host the Film Photography Podcast online. That's filmphotographypodcast.com. Please do join us twice a month for the radio show, and please do check out the website. If you have any questions, you can send it to me at podcast@filmphotographyproject.com. I hope you enjoyed this little video on this classic Kodak camera. I'm sure you'll love it as much as I do, and I'll see you real soon.
And whether you make snapshots, color slides, or home movies, always use dependable Kodak film, the film in the familiar yellow box.